It was once called the most exciting play in football. Today, it's little more than a formality. No, I'm not talking about the reverse, the flea flicker, or the fake field goal. I'm talking about a play that regularly flips field position, forces fumbles, creates big hits, and puts the ball in the end zone before the offense even sets foot on the field. I'm talking about the kickoff and the brave men who return them. Kick returns used to be the most exciting play in football until the NFL legislated it into a non-factor. Today we're going to dive into why the kickoff used to be so damn cool, why the NFL has phased it out of the game, a league that tried getting rid of them altogether, and whether or not they'll even be around in 5 to 10 years. Can the NFL save the kickoff is coming up right after this. There are two types of men in this world. Those that got the Lawnmower 2.0 for the holidays and those that didn't get one. Oh wait, there's a third guy that already had one. I'll get to you in a second. Well, guy whose family doesn't love him, it's not too late. You can deposit grandma's check and get this ball trimmer specifically designed for cutting down your pubes with skin-safe ceramic blades right at Target. And if you're a lazy, you can go to manscaped.com and use my code 5points and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Either way, make sure you remind your family that these are things you want, not a rompim. Oh, you're the guy that already had a Lawnmower 2.0? Guess what? Manscaped.com has subscription options, so you can auto-replenish your blades and other great products again without having to go anywhere. You set the frequency based on your usage. Look at that, every type of dude is covered here. Again, go to manscaped.com, use my code 5points and get 20% off and free shipping. Or you can go to Target, but yelling my code in the store won't get you a discount. It might get you arrested. We're kicking things off with, well, the play that made the phrase possible, and terrible puns, apparently. We love kickoffs because of what they symbolize: the breaking of the pregame tension, the ceremonial ribbon cutting of a brand new game, and the opportunity for thousands of light bulbs to begin flashing. It's a tone setter. The game could hinge early on a big hit inside the 20 or a lengthy return. In short, it's the play that separates the men from the boys. Who remembers two of the most famous kickoffs in NFL history, both of which came against the same team in the biggest game of the year, just 3 years apart? The first, a kickoff to Bears rookie returner Devin Hester, who had returned 5 kicks and punts for touchdowns in 2006. There was speculation all week as to whether the Colts would kick to the red-hot Hester, and when the time came, the ball went to Hester. We know the rester. The rookie out of Miami veered right and raced down the sideline, watching himself on the big screen as he scored the quickest touchdown in Super Bowl history. The Colts came back to win Grossman, but that one kick kept the game close and gave us the most awe-inspiring first play in the history of the game. 3 years later, the Super Bowl swung on a much shorter kick. Once again, the Colts were in the Super Bowl, this time leading the Saints 10-6 at the start of the third quarter. Rather than kick the ball away to Peyton Manning and give him a chance to extend the lead to 2 scores, Sean Payton elected for a surprise onside kick, one that could either swing the momentum in favor of the Saints or backfire and give Manning a shorter path to the end zone. Saints kicker Thomas Morstead lobbed the ball to the left where it bounced off a Colt and into saintly arms. From that point on, the Saints rallied and hoisted the Lombardi for the first time in franchise history, all sparked by a kick. Another reason we love kickoffs is, well, they make for some long-ass touchdowns. Of course, there's a cap on that. 6 players have taken a kickoff back 108 yards, but TERRELL Patterson set the record with his 109-yard touchdown return in 2013. Kickoffs have the potential to go the length of the field, and it has the potential to cause major collisions due to its nature. 11 men running full speed at each other from a longer distance than that of a regular play from scrimmage. And that's really the big reason for the death of the kickoff. It's the most exciting play in the game, but it's also the most dangerous. The NFL saw the numbers. Full-speed collisions, injuries, and concussions became a regular concern at the start of the 2010s. And no play featured those harsh football truths more often than the kickoff. Take, for example, a single play from the 2007 season opener between the Bills and the Broncos. Bills tight end Kevin Everett collided with Broncos returner Dominic Hickson. The hit looked tame, but Everett sustained a spine injury that ended his career and nearly permanently paralyzed him. It was one play, and perhaps a freak play at that, but life-threatening injuries paired with a new emphasis on blows to the head made the NFL question the safety of its ceremonial first play. As of 2017, studies conducted by the league showed that concussions were 5 times more likely to occur on a kickoff than on a play from scrimmage. The first measure to declaw the play would be to move the ball from the 30-yard line to the 35-yard line. That meant 2 things. There were 5 fewer yards for the kick team to build up speed, resulting in less impactful collisions, and there would be a higher percentage of touchbacks, eliminating any need for a collision in the first place. The next step was to incentivize the most passive outcome on a kickoff, the taking of a knee. No longer did touchbacks put the ball at the 20-yard line. Instead, thanks to a 2016 rule change, a ball that sailed out of the end zone or into a kneeling returner's arms would result in the offense starting at the 25. The extra 5 yards makes a touchback more efficient and the safer call for teams eager for a little extra field position time. In other words, bid adieu to the days of 108 and 109-yard kickoff returns. So when you're yelling at the returner to stay his ass in the end zone and not bring the ball out, you are 100% right. The majority of the time, he is never going to reach the 25 and put himself and his teammates at risk for injury. Following up in 2018, the league made some additional minor tweaks to once again take the teeth out of the kickoff. Prior to the season, the league passed rules that included the elimination of running starts, wedge blocks, no blocking in the first 15 yards, and balls that bounced in the end zone became dead immediately. In other words, fewer and fewer collisions. And per NFL operations and their PR efforts to publicize this fact, concussions went down 35% on kickoffs from 2017 to 2018 and 26% in 2019. So the rules were effective, but in the process, the league neutered one of its own signature plays. Over the last 10 years, league meetings have led to an interesting scenario: the complete elimination of kickoffs from the game of football. Would football without kickoffs even look the same? The upstart Alliance of American Football tested that proposition in their short-lived run in the spring of 2019. Skipping the kickoff altogether, the AAF tossed a coin and let the receiving team start from the 25-yard line. It just didn't feel right. And there's no scientific metric that explains why that was the case, but it just didn't pass the eye test. No, we need the kickoff. It's dramatic. It's the release of a week's worth of tension. It's an extremely cathartic way to start 60 minutes of violence. Football wouldn't be the same without it. Special teams are a third of the game. It should remain that way. It gives a reason for the reserves to suit up. It gives an offense a head start or a longer road to the end zone. Plus, without the kickoff, it would do away with the onside kick, a play that's also been neutered by legislation. Would the 2009 Saints have won the Super Bowl if the ball had automatically been given to the Colts at the 25-yard line to start the third quarter? The kickoff is crucial, even in its stripped-down current form. Just one big return or turnover can turn the tide of a season, save a sinking offense, or even win the big game. Think about Desmond Howard in Super Bowl 31. The league and its constituents used to think so highly of special teams that they awarded Howard with MVP honors for his return prowess over Brett Favre and his 3 touchdowns on offense, or Reggie White and his 3 sacks on defense. We wouldn't just be eliminating one play. We'd be changing the makeup of football. Kickoffs are inherently violent, yes, but so is throwing down the middle of the field, running a short yardage handoff, or giving the ball to Trent Richardson, the real cause of the AAF's demise. So, can the kickoff be saved? If it gets any worse than what it is now, the answer is resoundingly no. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to check out our sponsor, manscaped.com, and use my code 5points and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.